So we are group three, and we are going to talk about the AI-based forecasting of Apple Inc. using the Tableau. And our member will be me. I'm singing, and Yuan, and also Chien-Hao. And I will start the introduction. So the purpose of this project is to, I want to explain why we select Apple as our topic. So, the financial forecasting is an important part of our business planning because it helps the managers allocate resources, evaluate the investments, opportunities, and prepare for future financial performance. Um, as the business environments become increasing like complex, so many companies they are now using AI tool to improve the accuracy and also support better decision making. Um, so in this project, we use the Tableau to analyze Apple's historical financial data and generated the future forecast. We select Apple because it's one of the world's largest public chain technology companies and also with consistent financial performance and transparent financial reporting. Okay. And here are the overview of Apple Inc. So Apple was founded in 1976 and its headquarters is in Cupertino, California. And its business extend for beyond the uh, extend for beyond the iPhone. Apple offers a wide range of products such as Mac, iPads, Apple Watch, and so on. I think everyone knows that. And its service include the Apple Store, Apple Music, iCloud, Apple TV, Apple Pay, and Apple Care. So one of the biggest competitive advantage is integrated ecosystems. Its hardware, software, and service work seamlessly together in creating the better customer experience and also encourage the long-term customer loyalty. Instead of just competing on low price, Apple focus on innovation, premium products, and recurring service revenue, and this allowing the company to maintain the strong profitability. For the next slide, I will talk about the financial history. So for Apple's financial performance over the past 5 fiscal years, we can see the strong and stable growth trends. Revenue increased from uh about $366 billion in 2021 and to over six sorry for $416 billion in 2025. Although the revenue declined slightly in 2023 because of the weaker consumer demand. The company recovered quickly and reached a new record in 2025. Also, Apple maintained a strong profitability. Operating income increased to around $133 billion, and net income reached $112 billion in 2025. In addition, operating the cash flow remained above $100 billion every year, demonstrating the company's strong financial position. So Apple is stable revenue growth and strong profitability and consistent cash flow provide the solid foundation for AI assist forecasting analysis that our teammates will present next.
Hi, I'm Yuan, and I work on the data and the forecasting method. So let me start with where our numbers came from. I collected Apple's financial data mainly from their annual report, the Form 10K they file with the SEC, which we found on Apple's investor relations page. And to be safe, I also checked every number against Yahoo Finance and stockanalysis.com. I look at five fiscal years, 2021 through 2025, and for each year I pull four figures: total revenue, operating income, net income, and operating cash flow. And one quick note is that Apple's fiscal year ends in late September, not December. So all our figures follow Apple's calendar. As the table shows, revenue grew from about 366 billion in 2021 to 416 billion in 2025. So Apple has stayed financially strong overall. And next, how we actually made the forecast. We use Tableau because it's free for students and it builds the forecast automatically. So instead of us drawing a trend line by hand, Tableau fits the model and tells us which one it used. Basically, it uses a method called exponential smoothing, which just means it gives more weight to Apple's recent results than to older ones, and it picks the model that fits best. Building it was pretty simple. I put the year on one axis and the value on the other, then clicked analytics and forecast to project 2 more years. And here's the interesting part. Tableau did not predict Apple to keep growing. It gave a flat forecast around 384 billion in revenue for both 2026 and 2027. I think that's because we only had 5 years of data and the numbers bounced around. So Tableau wasn't confident enough to call it a real trend. So we treat these as a cautious baseline, not an exact prediction. And finally, a forecast only looks at past numbers. So I want to flag a few outside factors that could change Apple's actual results. First, the economy. Apple's products are expensive, so if inflation or interest rates squeeze people's budgets, Apple could sell less. And a strong US dollar lowers Apple's reported revenue since most sales are overseas. Second, AI. If Apple Intelligence gets people to upgrade their iPhones, revenue could beat the forecast. Third, competition, especially in China, where Huawei has become has been coming back. And fourth, the supply chain. Most products are still made in China, so tariffs or shipping problems could raise costs. So overall, we would treat our Tableau forecast as a reasonable starting point and keep these risks in mind. I'll now hand it over to Chien-Hao, who will walk through what the forecast actually shows.
Okay, thank you, Yuan, for your input. Right now, I'm going to talk about the forecasted financial performance. The Tableau forecast suggests that Apple is expected to remain financially stable and strong over the next few years. While no forecast is perfect, AI's historical data shows consistent growth and solid financial stability. Starting with their revenue, Apple grew from about 366 billion in 2021 to 416 billion in 2025. Although there was a small decline in 2023, their revenue recovered quickly and reached to a new height in 2025. Tableau predicts revenue will stabilize at around 384 billion, indicating steady growth rather than rapid expansion. Operating income also showed a positive trend. It reached about 133 billion in 2025, and the forecast projects around 126 billion going forward. This suggests Apple should continue operating efficiently and maintaining strong profitability. For Apple's operating cash flow, the historical data show more fluctuations. However, Tableau still forecasts an average about 114 billion, which indicates Apple will continue generating enough cash to support their innovation, research, and development, and also support the shareholders' returns. Finally, net income increased significantly in 2025, and Tableau forecasted to remain around 96 billion on average. Overall, despite some uncertainties reflected on the confidence intervals, the forecast indicates that Apple is likely to maintain strong revenue, profitability, cash flow, supporting a stable financial outlook. Although AI-based forecasting provides valuable insights, there are still several risks that could affect Apple's future financial performance. For example, first, the global economy remains uncertain. Higher inflation, rising interest rates, and slower economic growth could reduce consumer spending on premium products like iPhones, iMacs, and so on, which may impact Apple's revenue. Secondly, Apple's competition continues to be a challenge for them. Apple competes with huge companies like Samsung, Google, and Microsoft, and also those AI-based companies. To stay ahead in the games, Apple will uh, need to continue their investments heavily on their research and development. Another risk is the supply chain issue. Apple depends on supply chain all around the world. So geopolitical issues, trade restrictions, or their manufacturing disruptions could increase costs and delay their product deliveries. Finally, it is important to remember that AI forecasting has its limitations. Tableau makes predictions based on historical data and trends, so it cannot anticipate unexpected events like huge recession, um, um, a major product launch, or global crisis. Because of this, AI should be viewed as a decision support tool rather than a replacement for human judgment. AI has become a valuable tool for financial forecasting because it can quickly analyze large amount of data and quickly identify the trend and patterns that human cannot see manually. Tableau help us visualize financial trends, help us generate forecasts, and help us to estimate a range of possible future outcomes through confidence intervals. For Apple, these AI-based forecasts can support budgeting, resource allocation, investment planning, and long-term strategic planning. Instead of relying only on past performance, Apple's management team can also use these insights to evaluate different business scenarios and better prepare for future challenges. However, AI is not a perfect prediction tool. The accuracy of any forecast tool depends on the quality of the data and the assumptions behind the model. Any un uh, any unexpected events, such as the downturn of the economy, new competition, or major product launch, can still affect the results. So that's why AI should be used as a decision support tool, while managers continue to apply their expertise, their knowledge in the industry, um, and also use their professional judgment to make the financial decisions. To conclude, our teams shows that Apple has maintained strong financial performance over the past 5 years and is expected to remain financially stable soon. Still remain financially stable in the next few years. Based on Tableau's forecast, Apple's revenue, their operating income and operating cash flow and net income are all projected to remain strong, although some fluctuations are expected due to the change in market conditions. These projects also demonstrate how AI-powered tools like Tableau can improve budgeting and financial forecasting. By analyzing historical data and identify trends, Tableau help business make more informed decision and prediction and help us to better prepare for future opportunities and risks. And also at the same time, AI is not a replacement for any human decision making. Forecasts are only as reliable as the data and the assumptions behind them. And huge events can always affect the actual results. Overall, combining AI with managers' expertise, their industry knowledge, and professional judgment can lead to better financial planning and stronger business decision. So that's the end of our team's presentation, and our professor can find the citation and all the reference in the next page. Thank you for listening.